As we reported to you yesterday, Donald Trump's Facebook ban has been reduced from indefinite to we will review it in 6 months, but it was not ended yesterday. For anybody thinking Trump might be back on Facebook yesterday, from that perspective, the ban was extended. As expected, Republicans, Fox News, right-wing media, Don Jr., even Donald Trump himself from his new blog have been melting down over this decision. We're going to go through it and we're going to point out what are some really, truly terrible arguments so that you will be prepared when you hear these or see these on Facebook or at the water cooler. Are water coolers even COVID safe now? I don't know. First, Donald Trump himself, who published to his new communications social media platform, which I know as a blog, he published the following message. This is Trump. What Facebook, Twitter, and Google have done is a total disgrace and an embarrassment to our country. Now, he's wrong about that. The embarrassment are the actions of Trump that led to his being banned, including inciting a riot on January 6th. Trump goes on to say, free speech has been taken away from the president of the United States because the radical left lunatics are afraid of the truth, but the truth will come out anyway, bigger and stronger than ever before. This is not really a free speech issue, and we've talked about that before, and we'll talk about it in a minute, so I won't spend too much time on that. Trump then going on to say, the people of our country will not stand for it. These corrupt social media companies must pay a political price and must never again be allowed to destroy and decimate our electoral process. I don't know what kind of a price Trump is talking about. A political price, like maybe regulation, which Trump is against. Next example, here is Donald Trump's former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, on Fox News, saying that it is a sad day for America, and this might actually make Republicans in Congress enforce the antitrust laws already on the books that they never cared about until now. This is just the best. Take a look.
The Oversight Board will uphold the ban on Donald Trump. Your reaction?
Yeah, it's a sad day for America. It's a sad day for Facebook, because I can tell you a number of members of Congress are now looking at, do they break up Facebook? Do they make sure that they don't have a monopoly? And I can tell you that it is two different standards, one for Donald Trump and one for a number of other people that are on their sites and suggesting that more nefarious things than what the president has been accused of actually go unnoticed often. And so this is a sad day for America, but a sadder day for the Facebooks of the world who have actually enjoyed a very wild, wild west kind of regulatory environment. I can tell you that's going to change. The discussion will happen within hours of this decision on Capitol Hill, just a few blocks from where I am.
Now, there is a real conversation here about the reality that the United States has had antitrust laws on the books for a long time. There has been no interest in the U.S. politically in enforcing them. I've been talking about this issue for years. We've done interviews about it. The Republicans never cared before about enforcing antitrust. Antitrust enforcement is regulation, which they are against. Suddenly now, these hypocrites care about antitrust. They are transparently pathetic. The next clip I would play would be of Donald Trump Jr. on Steven Crowder's program. From what I understand, Crowder is really aggressive with copyright strikes on YouTube, so I'm not going to play the clip. But as Crowder tweeted, Don Jr. told him that, quote, the Facebook Oversight Board holding up the Trump suspension says a lot about the powers of companies like Facebook. I imagine the board doesn't have a lot of people who share our views. It's an echo chamber of Silicon Valley. Now, same thing again. They suddenly care about antitrust now that they think it would help them to enforce it. But they never cared for decades about all of the monopolistic behavior that could have been stopped by enforcing the laws already on the books. Next clip is from Newsmax. Here is Susan Wright. Susan is a Trump-endorsed Republican candidate for Congress. Listen to what she says.
This obviously making waves with so many conservative voices here as they felt silenced along the way, and this ban speaks volumes. Your thoughts on it when you saw that breaking news?
Well, I haven't read nearly as much about it as I will, of course, throughout the day. But I will tell you that this censorship that the tech giants are engaging in is outrageous. It is absolutely outrageous. I don't support it. I think that you have to really wonder who is making these decisions. It's very subjective. There's some things they censor and some things they don't. There's a lot of radical groups on Facebook and other social media platforms who don't seem to be censored at all. But conservative groups and conservative voices are continually censored, continually pushed back, and continually vilified. In Congress, I'll do everything I can to shut that effort down and push back on them as well.
She hasn't read about it, but it's definitely censorship. Who is making these decisions? For-profit companies that Republicans like you, Susan Wright, have said for the last 100 years should never be regulated and should be allowed to make whatever decisions they want. That's who's making the decisions. Just another painfully hypocritical troll. And by the way, censorship of conservative voices on Facebook, the top clips on Facebook almost every day are Ben Shapiro, Dan Bongino, Sean Hannity, other Fox News clips, other Fox News hosts. It's almost all right wingers that dominate the top clips on Facebook. Last one. Republican Congressman Peter King says this violates free speech. Take a listen.
Congressman King, we'll start with you. Your reaction to this ruling by Facebook to uphold the ban for President Trump, at least temporarily.
I think it's unfortunate we even have to discuss this. I think it's outrageous what Facebook has done. And I would say the same if it was Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton. To me, whether or not there's a constitutional right, and there could be a legal right here because of all the legal benefits and coverages and exemptions from liability that Congress has given to these platforms and to Facebook and to Twitter. But first of all, I think Facebook is wrong. The president's going to get his own platform that's going to work. But I just think Congress has to look at this. I think this is analogous to what we had in the beginning of the last century with antitrust. Sure, consumers can make a choice, but it's not a real choice because you have a few.
And there it is. Consumers can make a choice, but it's not a real choice. And it's a free speech issue. And it's time to enforce antitrust. What a principled statement from Peter King, right? Do not fall for it. It's only about how does it affect them right now. That's all that this is about. Every single one of these arguments, hypocritically and obviously not an argument they made until they thought we got to get Trump back on Twitter and Facebook. And all of a sudden, these are the arguments they're now making. Don't fall for it. One of our sponsors is Vincero Watches, giving you 15% off. A high quality wristwatch is the perfect way to elevate your style. Own at least one watch that makes you feel great when you put it on. You can often see me wearing my Vincero watch on the show. Mine is the gunmetal vessel model. I'm a big fan of the metallic look of the face of the watch. I like the silicone strap. You won't find a better made watch for this good a price anywhere else. When you put it on, you know you got more than you paid for. Vincero believes in crafting super quality watches from high-end materials, but selling them at fair prices, which is why they have over 26,000 five-star reviews. And they stand behind every watch they make with a 1-year return policy and 5-year warranty. They'll give you 15% off everything in their store and free shipping at davidpakman.com/watch. Use the coupon code Pakman